We just reunited Alec Steele with his press. Look at this press, look. So that's quite handy. He's coming out to look at it. But this is Alex's old 75-ton forging press. And he saw it on Blacksmith UK on our Instagram. And he's brought it back. So it's going back to him. But when he was here, we thought this is Alex's old power hammer. And I've been fixing it up, but apparently it isn't his power hammer, but it's got his sticker on it, so that was quite good. So I don't know where this come from originally, but when you look through the film that we're doing, you'll see we've fixed this up now, so it all works perfectly all right. But that's quite nice seeing Alex. He's going to get his old press back, so no doubt he'll be doing a little film about doing it up and being reunited with it. But have a look, and we'll strip that press out, and then we'll have a look. Right, we'll just try it out. I'll show you the problem. I'll start it up. So the side valve is totally jammed for some reason, but it is a good nick hammer really, but I'll just investigate what it is. Well, these are very similar to a Shahindler, but what I do like is they got a belt. They ain't got a belt drive, they got chain drive. So there's a big chain in there. So they're nice made hammers. But if you have a chain drive, then you ain't got to worry like on a Shahindler, the oil gets on the belts and all the belts slip and burn out. But it's quite funny, the chain don't make a lot of noise really. That's quite good. So we'll investigate it, we'll whip the valves out of it and we'll see what's going on, whether it's broken or just stuck. Now I've never, shouldn't turn that on. I've never really come across a hammer with such a massive half-inch thick lid on it, but there you go. So weight weren't an issue. I can't lift that. Yep. Well, that's a bit of a bugger because there's one grub screw in it, there's another one behind it, but we've got the control handle off, and I've got a funny feeling all it is, it stood for a long time and it's got a little bit of rust in the valve block. So I've undone all this, so we're going to have a look. I'll just put this down so I don't lose it. So we'll just have to see what one goes in. Big one, there's two in it. That's the one that went in after. For some reason I put a grub screw in behind it, so it's really confusing trying to get it out. Now I'm going to take the actual block off, the valve block. So I've undone the screws. I'll take the cover off the valve chest. That just gives you your run and your neutral position. Now that should come out. And it moves. And as I thought, if you look in there, there's a bit of rust on the valve and it just turns round. So if we clean this up with a bit of wet and dry, and then put him back together, it should work all right. So we'll try that. What I'll do as well, I'll put graphite powder on there, so it's got a dry lubricant in it just to get it going. Right, so if you ever take one of these to bits, this is a bit naughty really, because you'd easily smash your valve block, because we didn't force it, we tried it and it was solid. It's got a locking grub screw. If you look on here, it's got one grub screw that goes through and locates the position of the valves. Then it's got another grub screw that goes in behind it. So if you ain't looking what you're doing, if you undo the first grub screw and think it's out, you still can't move the handle, and you're there fighting and forcing, so don't force anything. But this is a cracking little hammer, and it will be up for sale soon. I reckon it'll be on my website later, if it works all right. But I'll never sell anything till I've tested it all out and it's working properly. Oh, didn't lose the grab screw. I'll just tap that on. This might do it. A hide hammer would be easier, but that little plastic handle will be fine. Right, I just need a torch to line that up, or a little screwdriver just to feel. That's in there, right. Because it's neither in run, full load, or free run, so hopefully it'll all move now. God, it's still stiff. But lovely, it's freed up. So what they've done is they've locked another one in, so the vibration in the hammer don't take it out. But if you look in that hole in there, you can hardly see the thing. So if you're not sure and you take this little grub screw out, you can't work out why the blinking lever won't come off. So if you have one of these and you want to repair it, double check. Rather than one big long grub screw, they've put two in, just to confuse the old blacksmith when he's using it. That's lovely now, it works really nice. Old grease has gone into it, so we'll try it out in a minute. The other thing is, come around here, look, I'll show you this when it's running. But I've undone it on the back. They are cracking made. There, look, you see the piston coming out the bottom, but look, they got a double duplex chain, look, running it. So you got no belt slack, no belt slip. If the oil gets on the chain, good, because you've got to grease it a little bit. Where on some of the other fabricated hammers, these are V-belt drives, and the oil drips off the piston onto the top of the belt and makes them slip all the time. Where this is, the piston's coming down on the chain, so it's self-lubricating the chain. So your lubrication system's lubricating the cylinders, and it's also doing the chain at the same time. And you'll see there's a hole in the bottom, so it will eventually drip out on the floor. Right, we'll put the other. Right, now we'll try it out. So let's have a little go. That's a bit of a thing. That's quite a big motor, and that's a straight on. That ain't a star delta. That's a straight on star. So that's max really. I don't know what size these are. Probably about, I don't know what the horsepower is on. 7.5 kilowatt. So they are same size as a Shahindler. A Shahindler. There you go. Right. We'll clean them up. They'll be on my website for sale. Put the lid back on the top, that'll quieten it a bit. That's a good idea with the lifting eyes, and then they've got a little lug on there, stop your strop coming off. What we also brought off the guys who had all that equipment is in here, which you probably won't see in the dark, but there's a surface grinder. This will probably be up for sale soon if I don't use it. And then if you go in the workshop, there's a milling machine. So I've always got second-hand equipment coming in and out. A 50-ton forge press is now ready to go out. But there's also a Bridgeport milling machine, but I'll do some work on that, and then I'm going to decide whether we're going to use it or what we'll keep and what we don't. But I always have a lot of second-hand workshop equipment coming in, and I help people out, buy their whole workshop, sell what I don't want and keep what I do want.